All right, we're gonna watch a little bit of the gameplay. Justin did with the final round at the Kolonisten.
Okay. So you see that I'm on the draw here because Marine had the higher seed, and I have a slow hand. Don't have an early Diablo, and my opponent opens up with double one drop.
If one
So I also let to see his hand, and we don't have a song. So yeah, not the ideal beginning. So, actually, what do we talk about at this point?
Yeah.
So here, Ryan is thinking probably whether or not he wants to sack the brooms.
And inking maybe of the Mount
Yeah.
House Shark. So.
Right, inking a shark is huge here.
Yeah. So you get the Elsa in his hand. We see a shark. He's questing. So he goes to stool. Yeah.
So Moraine has the pleasant problem of having too many good cards in his hand.
Yeah.
So he has a hard time deciding what to ink. So this is where Moraine does something which I found unusual. He decided to sacrifice both brooms. So note that in this position, I don't have any way to answer the brooms or to shred his hand.
Yeah.
So I believe he does this because his hand is full of good cards and he wants to draw cards to ink rather than do that. But this actually takes some pressure off my chest because I don't anymore have to deal with two things randomly questing. So yeah, I'm off to a bad start. I played an Ursula, didn't find any friends, and he found friends right after.
Yeah.
So here, Ryan has a way to kill Diablo, but he decides instead to develop his board, which I think is correct.
Okay. Genie is drawing again.
Because Genie could always attack Diablo, and like if you play Genie after Diablo is exerted, I would also get to draw a card.
Yeah. So he wants to stall you, and you are just
Yep. So I'm in a pretty bad position.
yeah, way back.
Yeah. Like my Ursula doesn't line up well with the crab, and my Diablo doesn't line up well with the Genie.
Hypnotize in ink.
But yeah, here's where like the one-off. Wait, I will not. Yeah, here's where the one-off Pluto comes in clutch.
Yes.
Because there's no chance I would ever quest without this Pluto.
Yeah. Because now it's protected, and now he must use his grab and his Genie to remove it.
Yeah. He has to expend the brawl.
Yes.
Whereas he could have just eaten the Diablo for free with Genie with his board. Okay. It takes out Pluto. Yeah, one of the good things about Pluto is purple decks struggle with dealing with it.
Yeah.
And so effectively, he spent his entire turn just answering my board rather than developing, which is good. Gives me time to play this beast and hope to recover.
Yeah. It's also good that you're doing. Always playing another card to know that you must draw another card again.
Yes, it's a nice marker. It's a Disney 100 card.
Also, when you play the Pete, you're also playing the blue card. We can see it later. And
my opponents really like it. They always compliment the Pete card.
Yes. I'm also seeing it, and I think, that's really smart because, when you're playing, you forget sometimes, and then you see, another card. Why?
Yeah, right. You can just like point at it. Yeah, Pete, that's a foul.
Yeah. All right. So Marijn quested to 5. Now deciding to ink.
So 6 ink. He goes for the shark.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I checked for B preps just in case. Though perhaps his chances of having B prep would probably be lower because people would probably not want to play a shark with from B prep.
Yeah.
But it's good to check just to lower the chances of this Bruno missing.
Yeah.
And we get to hit one of the two sharks,
Nice,
which is
yeah.
perfect.
And then you draw from Prince
John.
John.
And we draw a sudden chill. So normally I'd want to chill first before the Bruno,
Yeah.
but we drew the chill off the Bruno.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where we see the draw power of Emerald Steel. Like I was
Yeah.
very behind, then
Yeah.
just because of John,
Yeah.
I suddenly got 2 cards.
Yeah.
So random fact about my sleeves, I'm planning to publish a board game in the future.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
themed after Greek mythology.
Okay.
And my artist, this is the first art we have for the game. This is
Okay.
like the god Artemis out of the hunt. And but yeah, we just to flex the sleeves on stream. And you
All
know,
right.
her
Nice.
colors in the game are green, so I think it fits the deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, Marine spends his entire turn doing Finders Keepers,
Yes.
probably in response to the fact that I have John and he's afraid of more discard.
Yeah.
So, on one hand, that does ruin the discard plan a bit, but again, he's spending this time to draw cards instead of developing his board,
Yeah.
which gives me time to quest.
If you wanted to do the pause, then you must tell me, and then I can pause it.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, okay.
You can keep going. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I think
Yeah.
at least the way the games go,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so, so yeah, he doesn't want me to have card draw.
Yeah.
So he throws the genie at the beast,
Yeah.
which again slows him down again.
Yeah. For questing power or for
Yeah.
yes.
So we've completely flipped from how the game started. At the
Yes.
start, he was super aggressive with
Yeah.
one drop, one drop, one
One
drop.
drop, yes. Boss making complete, and then
Yeah.
now it's nothing, and then discard
Now
again.
he has to react. Yes.
Then you can draw 2 cards, so that's
Yeah.
always good.
Yep. It's like friends on the other side, right?
Yeah,
But,
yeah, yeah.
but Ravensburg was very smart to not make Hypnotize a song.
Yeah,
That would
yeah,
it would have been insane.
Yeah,
Imagine like singing
yeah,
Ursula
yeah.
singing that.
Okay, yes.
So yeah, there's the Pete
Yes.
to play around B prep, and I have a deck of Disney playing cards, and Pete's card is
Yeah.
conveniently black and white, which
Yes.
fits his outfit.
It fits
right?
out. Yeah, 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 yeah. Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. So
Yes.
Pan is fantastic against
Yeah.
killing Diablo,
Yeah.
but yeah, here he gets to take out the John.
Yes.
Here we get to see like the powerful things that the Ruby Amethyst deck can do with their evasive. So like Yago here is basically a
Yes.
Maui. He
Yeah.
just like mowed down my beast.
Yes.
So just like that, I go from being in a good position to a bit worse position.
Mid-range position. Yes.
Like Pete could not like this was worse than a be prepared.
Yeah. Yeah. Testing. To 12.
So yeah, this seems
Yeah.
odd considering like he could always play
Yeah.
more rush characters.
Yes.
But I felt that at this position,
yes.
I have to be the aggressor.
Yeah. And now his board is evasive at this moment, so yeah.
Yep. It's a funny thing because so Frank Karsten was around the tournament. He wasn't feeling well, so he didn't play, and he watched some of my
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
And in between rounds, we had a nice talk, and he was like, Justin, I think maybe like you like we correctly assessed that I might have picked up some bad habits from playing blue steel.
Yeah.
Where I would just hope to like answer all my opponent's stuff, then start questing. And I realized you can't do that with green steel. You have to also turn the
Quest,
corner a bit more. You don't have a lucky dime to save your ass at the latter part. So here I took that to heart and I was a bit more aggressive with questing. And it paid off.
Yeah.
So yeah, here you see more power plays from Ruby Amethyst. Like a rush shark is crazy. I thought like I was expecting him not to have this because I already saw 2 sharks go away.
Yeah.
Then he had the third one.
Yeah. And you bring back this action. So
yes. So here you see like he started with 2 cards in hand and now he's recovered quite a bit. He can get his card draw back.
Yes. Searching for his friends, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Seeing it, gaining the lore. Going to 6, yeah.
Yeah, we have some Linkin Park in the background too. Yeah, we have the 8 power shark because the 7 power is not enough. Yeah, here we see where the beast can shine. Like he just you can just sit back and draw me cards.
Yeah. You're considering to play for 3. All
right. Kill the shark.
Yes.
How many cards do you have? 3.
Like, No, I mean, I was seeing the background comments are.
Yeah.
But yeah, Linkin Park's in edgy territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough board. Like Peter Pan is he can represent a lot of things. And like the Rush Shark is, for example, one powerful thing he could do.
Yes. Everything evasive, so then you can challenge directly. So.
So yeah, Big Pete isn't helpful at the moment, so we go for the Diablo. Then, as you know, there is a risk to playing a Diablo. He could have Elsa to just like, exert him.
Yeah.
But it seems he does not.
So Medusa, I see.
Yeah, like some Ruby Amethyst players are debating between Medusa and Tremaine. But in this matchup, like Medusa shines a lot more.
Yeah.
Like if that were Tremaine, for example, I could just like sacrifice the tiny Ursula, and that could effectively not be good at all. I mean, it doesn't set me back, but Medusa just like assassinating my best characters. Right? So yeah, he drops the Medusa and blows up the beast. So, yeah, he could have gone for Diablo there, but with 2 evasives in play, I don't think he's very worried about it.
No.
2. No, 3.
So again, it looks like I'm quite behind.
Yes.
Like, I just have a Diablo and a Ursula in play, and his board looks very threatening.
Questing power of 4 at this moment on his board, so.
Yep.
Still at.
But yeah, this is where like me being at 12 lore is quite relevant. Like just aggressively questing has at least given me a chance to to play an aggressive role. So I do that. I quest with Diablo. And I accept that Diablo will probably die next turn.
Yeah.
But
Pete and
here
A.
we go, Pete in the Ink.
Yeah.
And here is where we get to see Clarabelle
Yeah.
shine.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
so I get to drop back up to 3,
Yes.
and I drop a 5/6, which is normally very difficult
Yeah.
for Ruby Amethyst to deal with.
Yeah. And you're drawing again off
Of
Diablo,
Diablo.
so your hands is getting
Yep.
fuller and fuller. You're sacrificing now a little bit the Diablo
Yeah.
to bait.
Yes. And that's the nice thing about playing all these card draw engines.
Yeah.
Like, Diablo is a strong card, but
Yeah.
now I don't care if
Yeah.
Diablo dies. I have Clarabelle as my plan
Yeah.
B. So I see him draw off library. I'm like,
Yeah.
sure,
Sure,
I get
yeah.
one more card
Yes.
later on. Yeah.
Yeah. You will get your answers later on, and then you can react to it again.
So Marine sees like that he has to start
Yeah,
questing now.
Yeah.
He's, I mean, spending more time to draw cards against Clarabelle
Yeah.
is not a winning position.
Yeah.
So he starts turning the corner and hopes to outrace.
Inking the
Inking
Maui
Maui.
for 3. Another Peter Pan.
This one and
2 in the
Yep, 2 in the library.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this is a critical turn because I have to check whether or not I can present a 2-turn clock, whether I
Yeah.
could win next turn. And I also have to check how fast my opponent's clock is because
Yeah.
a while ago Marine wasn't very threatening with his lore, but
Yeah.
now he is. He has a
Yeah.
location that I probably cannot answer,
Yeah.
and 2 evasives and a very large Medusa.
Yeah.
So I play Pete,
Yeah.
and I think, should I answer his board or should I just quest? And the blue steel player in me would want to just like sweep his board,
Yeah.
but I can't do that. So
Okay.
eventually I decide, right, okay, now it's time to be aggressive. So I play a Prince John, which is here a 2 quester that can't be interacted with, and then
Yeah.
Ursula.
Yeah.
And this Ursula was a critical play because Ursula is a very threatening card.
Yeah.
My opponent doesn't see it yet, but
Yeah.
Pete is actually the main threat on this board.
Yeah.
But for most people, when they see an Ursula, they feel they have to kill this on sight. Like
Yeah.
she could sing a Storm Rage on
Yeah.
or a Raging Fire.
Yeah.
So I go to 16 and I present a
Yeah.
threat. My opponent cannot be prepped, so he has to clear my board without playing any actions.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm hoping he doesn't have an Elsa.
Yeah.
And if he has an Elsa, that he doesn't
Yeah.
tap down my Pete.
Yes. But he has an
And
Elsa.
Marine does
Yeah.
have an Elsa.
Yeah, he has an Elsa, yes. We're seeing an Elsa.
Like,
Yeah.
so Marine has exactly the amount of ink to stop
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
He has 9 ink in play
Yeah.
with a chance to ink a 10th card. So he could play
Yeah.
both Elsa and Maui
Yeah.
to clear my board. But I was just hoping that having an Ursula in play
Yeah.
would look so threatening
Yeah.
that he would think that Ursula was the card
What's
to
the card
play
that's,
Zerd.
yes, but it was Pete.
It should have been Pete.
Yeah.
And we will find out soon why.
Yeah.
So yeah, Marine's in the tank. He knows it's a critical turn.
Yeah.
He has to start answering stuff because I am gonna win on board next turn.
Yeah.
So yeah, he knows for sure he has to play an Elsa,
Yeah.
and he quickly taps down the. And I have to hide the fact I am very pleased with that decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, here we see Lumiere do a bit of
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
It gives the extra power to
Yeah.
sweep my board. Yeah, and here the absolute nightmare scenario. He also has the Maui,
Yeah.
which lets him deal with the Clarabelle.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, he doesn't yet know it, but Marian has already lost.
Yeah.
So he quests to 15,
Yeah.
which means he would have lethal on board next turn.
Yeah.
But this is not any more relevant because here we go. I draw my card.
Yeah.
I shift my Pete, and I quest for 4
Yeah.
and win the game out
Win
of
the
nowhere.
game. Yes, yes, yes. You didn't saw that coming. The
Yeah.
peak shift, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the game, you know.
Yes, yes,
a bit of
yes.
misdirection,
Yeah.
make them feel like the Ursula is like what I'm planning to
What
do.
I'm planning to do, but then you go going to the shift line and you already inked it twice.
Yeah, right.
The
You think,
pizza,
like,
that
sure,
was
he
your
doesn't have a
last,
third one.
yeah, the third one. You saw your deck list, so right? Yes, he saw your deck list,
Yeah,
right?
he
Yes,
knows-
yes, he
he
saw your
knows the
deck.
deck list.
He
He
knows
knows
three, but is it your hands or not? Yeah, in this game you had it.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, very tough matchup. Like Ruby Amethyst Evasives is a deck that plays Evasives specifically to beat up Diablo decks.
Yes.
But in that game, it was a game where I get to showcase that Emerald Steel is not just the YOLO Diablo and Prey type of deck.
Yeah.
I got to pivot into a John discard line,
Yeah.
and I got eventually, despite all these evasives, I got to overcome him with aggressive lore questing because he spent too much time trying to draw cards and drop answers for Diablo.
Yeah.
Okay, do we like forward to the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Forward, yes. Let's try to. That's over.
okay
Yeah.
yeah
Here.
somewhere here.
He
Okay.
inked just. You just inked.
Yep.
Should I go a little bit back or?
No,
it's-
I
yeah.
think it's fine. So
Yes.
this time we both
Yeah.
lack. It's a much slower start from
Yeah.
him. Like no 1-drop or
Two drop.
two drop.
Yes.
Same on my end. I
Yeah.
don't have a early Diablo,
Yeah.
so I go for a morph here.
Yeah.
And Ryan has a decision whether to develop his board or just flat out blow up the morph with his brawl. The thing about like using a brawl is it spends your entire turn.
Yes.
Like fire the cannons cost 1.
Yes,
You could
so
do something else, but
yeah.
instead he decides to play Peter Pan proactively, and this changes my plan entirely.
Yeah.
I have a Diablo in my hand, and
Yeah.
now I'm 100% sure I'm not going to be
I'm not
playing
gonna
Diablo
play
turn
it.
3.
Yes.
So I have a lot of choices. I could shift my Diablo.
Yeah.
I could play my Diablo.
Yeah.
I could shift the Beast.
Beast. Yeah.
Or I could play Prince John.
All right.
And
yeah.
I take quite a while to decide which one to do because I have all these options.
All these options in your hands as well.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
They're all in my hand, and that's why I take some time in the tank
Yeah.
to figure out which one to do.
Yeah.
And this is where Morph is such an interesting card because he opens up all these possibilities.
Yeah.
So Shift Beast
Shifting, yeah.
would normally be a great play.
Yes.
Like he'd probably sit back, and the earliest thing he can do to answer it is probably a turn 5 Elsa.
Yes.
But I ultimately come up with the conclusion that like shifting Beast wouldn't be as I would want to set up my discard as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So I decide to instead, we'll see.
Yeah.
I see I'm giving some suspense here.
Yeah. But that's good.
Yeah. So, I take some time to think on this.
Yeah.
My friends say I'm a fast player, but if there's a turn that requires a lot of thinking,
Yeah.
this is one of them.
Yeah. It's crucial for the whole game.
it's very
Then.
critical. So
Yeah.
I ink a song and I go
Yeah.
for Prince John.
Yes. He's drawing.
So here, my opponent has a hand full of
Yeah.
anti-Diablo cards.
Yeah.
You see the Brawl, which
Yeah.
he was inked now, and a
Yeah.
second Peter Pan.
Yeah.
So, yep. He,
Draw again. Yeah.
once again,
Yeah.
John signals that I have this card. So he
Yeah.
plays Rabbit, hoping to recover the possible card loss.
Yes.
But I ink a Hypnotize.
Yeah.
No, actually, I played
Oh,
the
you-
Hypnotize.
You play it. Yes. You
I-
draw 2
I draw
cards.
2.
Yeah.
He discards the extra pan.
Pen. Yes. Peter Pan is gone.
So yeah, here I've committed fully to the Prince John plan.
Yes.
I think the small Diablo, and I
Yes.
debate whether or not to sing a Sudden Chill.
Okay. With morph.
Yeah, with Morph.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I feel like keeping the option to keep Morph around is more valuable than, he could just kill Morph on the swing back.
Yes.
So I think, for a while, but in the end, I ended up passing the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, like, he could always play some other evasive character to attack the morph.
To attack, yes.
So yeah, this is where my opponent's game plan is very strong against a Diablo plan. Like, he also has an Elsa,
Yeah.
which is a...
Yeah.
But he's not prepared for my full-on discard game plan.
Yeah.
So he has 3 cards in hand, which
Yes.
normally should be safe
Yeah.
from Prince John because I don't have a Singing Ursula.
Yeah.
But I immediately drop a Hypnotize,
Yeah. Draw 2.
draw 2. And here we see, like, John's power. Like, it's
Yeah.
like a one-man, like a sudden chill.
Yes.
Draw.
Draw.
And sing a second sudden chill. And I
Yes,
zero
and
his
zero
hand.
hands, yeah.
This is Finder's Keeper.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is when Ruby Amethyst struggles. When
Yeah.
they have a handful of anti-Diablo
Yeah.
cards, and then suddenly they find out that all those cards are now in the discard.
Yes. Not needed. Yeah.
So I lose my John,
Yes.
but it's a worthwhile trade to
Yeah.
empty his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And now Moraine has a shark in hand, but he only has 5 ink.
Yes.
So he's in a tough position. Like,
Yes.
does he keep it in hand, but I could just discard it away?
Yes.
Or does he just ink it and
Yeah.
hope to draw
Yeah.
another shark? So he doesn't want to risk
Yeah.
another discard spell.
Yes.
So he inks it. And I double spell here with a
Yes.
Diablo and an
Yeah.
Ursula. And hope he doesn't have another Elsa. So Moraine realizes that he has the quest.
Yeah.
He's not going to win the long game here. A Pirate's Life.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
again, is
You
an
have
aggressive
0,
card,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's not another character.
Yeah.
And that's very critical.
Yeah. Yeah. It's,
Okay, so see, this is the plan. We deploy the Diablos
Yeah.
after we have emptied their hand.
empty their hands. Yes.
We play a Pete to
Yes.
stop any action channels. And
Yeah.
there we see the power of Sing Ursa.
Yeah.
We clear both his evasives.
Yes.
So you asked me earlier, like, how we
Yeah.
deal with evasives.
Yeah.
That's
this
it.
is yeah. This is the answer. Yes. Double sing it. Yes. All right. There is Sisu.
That puts him at
Yes.
11.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sisu presents a clock.
Yeah.
I would be worried though if he shifts a Sisu onto that Sisu.
Yes. Big Sisu. Yes.
That would be perhaps the worst possible scenario.
Yeah.
So he draws a card. I
Yes.
immediately take out the card.
Yes. Draw for you one.
So
card.
this is why
Yes.
sometimes I
Yeah.
keep discard cards in my hand, even
Yes.
when my opponent's hand is empty,
Yeah.
just for situations like this.
Yeah. Questing. Yes. Now you're at 3.
No, I'm at 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was confused by the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you're
Yeah, yeah.
Kamresh, this is when when having like the technical team around.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, a shark.
Yes. Yes.
So a shark could be good because he has a B prep in his discard. If he
Yes.
top six an Inkables, he could
Yeah.
get back in the game.
Yeah.
But I try to immediately shut the door off that
Yeah.
possibility. So first we play Pluto to guard against anything.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah.
actually a misplay from my part. I should have used singing Ursula to sing it, but I felt that I
Yes.
was so ahead
Yeah.
that it didn't matter. But yeah,
Yeah.
I probably should have sung that song.
Yeah. But you
yeah.
still have more cards in your hand, and you're still
That's
building
true.
up, building up.
Yep, exactly. I mean, I didn't get
Yes.
punished for it,
Yeah.
but probably
Yeah.
in hindsight, that's the
Yeah.
optimal play. Oh, he
the
has to
Maui?
ink the Maui here
Okay.
because he hopes to top deck a B prep.
Yeah.
Like or
To create his ink
Yes,
more bigger.
exactly.
Yes.
like he knows that
yeah.
Maui won't save his life here
Yeah.
because of the Pluto blocking the way.
Yeah.
Go to 9.
Yes.
Sure. And the Pete closes the door. Having Pete prep effectively stops him from playing B prep. And yep, he scoops it up.
Yeah.
And we take a clean 2-0 win here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So